This week, what was the one word to describe the emotion from this weekend?
Fantastic, I guess would be the one word to use. Our players were really they really wanted to win the SEC championship this weekend. Vandy was ranked 43 in the country, and we knew we were going to have to play well, but by the same token we knew that if we did play well, it was a match we should win. And so I think it was much more about taking care of business this weekend, and then obviously celebrating a little bit after the match. The thing is, we went to the finals of the SEC tournament last year. We'd really like to win it this year. It was something our team kind of set as a goal before the season, was to win the SEC tournament. So I think they're looking forward to that as much as putting the SEC championship, the regular season, behind us.
What is it like going through the SEC, like best tennis conference, like every week you're turning around, you're playing a top-ranked team again and again? Does it wear on you? Are the players wore down physically after playing a tough schedule?
It does wear on you. Now the thing was, we took a 4-day break in the middle of the season. Our assistant coach, Cedric Kaufman, felt like this was something that would really help our team. And so we went with it, and we came back. We lost to Baylor, right off. But then we were ready to go for the stretch run here, so it was absolutely the right thing to do, and so we were thrilled with that. Our players, you don't get beat down so much when you're winning. It's when you lose some or you're kind of splitting out, I think, that your players lose a little momentum or get tired. Our players are ready to go for the tournament, and when you've won 9 in a row like they have, I think there's a real wave kind of going there.
Let's say, is it just momentum going forward? The team can feel it, you can feel it. Is that going to carry you through this SEC tournament?
Well, we're hoping. It's a really strong field. There's of the 12 teams in it, all of them are ranked in the top 50 in the country. The top 8 seeds are all ranked top 20 in the country. I think LSU is the 8th seed at 21. So, everybody's really good. Everybody understands what's at stake in terms of NCAA. The regular season is the SEC championship, but the tournament really helps position you for seedings in the NCAA tournament that's in a month. So it's a big deal, as well as a chance to win another SEC championship.
How are you preparing this week for the weekend? Is it the same preparation? I know you don't know who you don't know who you're playing yet. You have first round bye. So how do you prepare for that? Well,
we don't prepare so much for each team that we play. We've seen these teams. We've played some of them, many times over the last 2 years. So it's not so much you're preparing for who you play. You're trying to prepare to just play your best, and then whoever pops out of the box that you play, that's the deal. That's who you get. It's a weird week in that we're going to leave on Wednesday. We'll play on Friday. We almost never do that. We'll leave after classes are over on Wednesday to get down and have a good practice on Thursday and be able to play Friday morning, I think, or Friday afternoon. So I think it's a different deal, and because of the way the days fall. And then the other thing is, it's here at the end of the semester, so the players are really having to catch up on their academics. We'll try to make sure they have fresh legs going into the tournament. We'll try to make sure they don't have a lot of academic concerns, that they've kind of put those behind them before we go to the tournament. So it's more that type of thing is our preparation than so much physical.
Talk about the program as a whole, coming from when Alex and Eric were freshmen all the way to now, and going through the SEC season, winning the championship undefeated. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. Well, when Alex and them, when we recruited those guys, we were 38 in the country. So, we coming kind of off for us, we thought a bad year at 38 in the country, had lost first round of the NCAAs. And those guys have been top 15 every year. They finished every year in the top 15 in the country, every year that they've been here. So they've really kind of taken us up. There was a player, Bruno Augustinelli, who was a senior when those guys were freshmen. I thought set a really good example for them. They really took the baton and ran with it. So they've been to the Sweet 16 twice. They've been to the Elite 8 once. They've been to an SEC tournament final. I don't think they've ever finished outside the top 4 in the SEC regular season. it's quite an accomplishment. It's one of the best. We've had a lot of good years. You know, we've been to the Elite Eight 4 times, but it's hard to put together 4 good years like those guys have had. You know, it's where there's not a lot of overlap. They've sort of been the anchors for this whole 4 years.
So what's the, I mean, what are you looking at? If you win the SEC tournament, what seed are you looking at going for the NCAA tournament?
Well, if you can win the SEC tournament, you're almost certainly a top 4 seed, maybe a top 3 seed. We should be 6 when the rankings come out on Tuesday. When you know, it sounds weird, when you get up that high, you don't make big jumps. You know, there's not a lot of big jumps to make. So we're just hoping to be a top 8 seed for the NCAAs. You know, obviously we'd love to be a top 4 seed. It makes your draw a little easier to get to the Final 16, get to the Elite 8. So we would love to be able to do that. But if we can just kind of make sure we guarantee our top 8 seed, that would be a good thing also.